Welcome back to the program. We know that Mr. Autopen, the fake president, decided to issue some pardons, even though he didn't actually sign those pardons, for a whole bunch of people on the last day of his fake presidency. Obviously, we know that there was an autopen pardon for him, well, not for himself, but for Jill, for his brother, for his son, for many other members of the Biden crime family, and of course the January 6th Reichstag Committee as well. He also gave one for this guy. However, that guy, Dr. Fauci, could be in a lot of trouble. And not just him. Many others, including Birx, Walensky, Peter Hotez, Peter Daszak, Ralph Barrick, you name it, all of them could be going down. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the fact that if state attorney generals decide to prosecute, the pardons don't matter. The pardons are only for the federal government and for the federal level. It does not stop state attorney generals from holding these people accountable. And it's about to get interesting really quick. Why? Well, because there is a law firm that is called VIRES. Now, it sounds like Vyers law firm, but, well, let's just call it Virus law firm, shall we? Fauci, Birx, Walensky, and other top COVID officials are facing criminal referral requests in 7 states for crimes up to and including murder and medical terrorism. Okay? Now, I'm going to go through this and I'm going to read this. Now, the first thing that I want to say is this is a criminal referral request. This does not mean that these attorney generals from these states have decided to charge or open up an investigation into these people. That's our job. Listen to this. Criminal referral requests have been formally filed in 7 U.S. states, Arizona and Pennsylvania being the latest, accusing Dr. Fauci and others of heinous crimes, including murder, medical coercion, and even terrorism stemming from the COVID-era policies and decisions. Arizona and Pennsylvania have joined Florida, Texas, Louisiana, Missouri, and Oklahoma. Now, let's stop there. Forget about Pennsylvania and forget about Arizona, okay? You've got Chris Mays in Arizona. She's an illegitimate leftist attorney general. She would never do anything. Pennsylvania, the same thing. You've got a leftist attorney general in Pennsylvania. So you can kiss those states goodbye. There's no reason to even look at them. However, if we apply the pressure on the attorney generals in Florida, in Texas, in Missouri, in Louisiana, and what was the other state? And there was Oklahoma, and also South Carolina. If we got even 1 or 2 of those states, let's just say for argument's sake, Texas with Ken Paxton and the new Florida Attorney General. Let's just say those 2 states say, you know what? We're going to take these criminal referrals and we are now going to start these criminal investigations into all these people, hopefully leading to prosecutions. That's where we come in. We have to apply the pressure. And yes, I will make a thumbnail for this video and you will have the names and information to contact for the attorney generals. Let's continue. The Vyers Law Group and a bunch of former federal officers from a group known as the Group Freedom Foundation have submitted explosive referrals this week, urging state attorney generals to pursue criminal investigations into Dr. Fauci and his pandemic-era cohorts, according to Nicholas Holzer, MPH. The filings represent a growing grassroots and legal effort to hold COVID-19 tyrants accountable for the damage and deadly hospital protocols, the suppression of early treatments, and the coerciveness that they pushed for these experimental death shots. The list of individuals that are being targeted are this guy, Dr. Anthony Fauci, Dr. Deborah Birx, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, Dr. Francis Collins, Dr. Cliff Lane, Dr. Stephen Hahn, Dr. Janet Woodcock, Dr. Peter Hotez, Dr. Robert Redfield, Dr. Peter Daszak, Dr. Ralph Barrick, Dr. Rick Bright, and some other hospital administrators and care providers across these states. The referrals in the letters outline a jaw-dropping list of charges including murder, negligent homicide, involuntary manslaughter, medical coercion and abuse, even kidnapping because not allowing people to leave the hospitals, human trafficking for forced labor, racketeering, operating a corrupt organization, and including bioterrorism. In February, 17 state attorney generals formally requested aid from Republican congressional leaders to investigate the origins of COVID-19 and explore possible legal actions against these folks at the state level. This concerted effort, spearheaded by South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson, aims to circumvent the preemptive pardons issued by autopen Biden on his last day in office, which sought, of course, to shield Fauci from federal prosecution. The state attorney generals emphasized that the federal pardon does not preclude state-level legal actions, and they are actively seeking further details from Congress to facilitate state investigations and potentially criminal prosecutions. Okay. This is amazing, amazing news. Because what this tells me is these Republicans and these groups, they see the preemptive pardon as a sign of guilt. Okay? It is indeed a sign of guilt. Why else would they need a pardon? Why would these people need a pardon? It wasn't going to be just political harassment. You committed crimes. We know Fauci committed multiple crimes, including one under oath. When Rand Paul flat out asked him under oath, did you do anything having to do with gain-of-function research? Senator Paul, I didn't do anything with gain. You're a liar. We know you did. I put it in my book. I put it in Preserving Liberty. Dr. Fauci, I ranked him number 7 all time on the worst mass murderer list. I actually say and call him that in my book, Preserving Liberty. He is indeed a mass murderer. Not only did he facilitate the murder of over 1 million Americans, but he also killed how many people around the world with the help of the Chinese? Another 6.5 to 7 million. So in reality, he might actually be closer to 8 million. And more importantly, how many people have been injured by him? How many people are suffering with long COVID? How many people are suffering from, strokes and from heart attacks and myocarditis and pericarditis and advanced cancers and brain problems and all these other horrific things and lung diseases and everything else? There's millions and millions and millions and millions more around the world that are also suffering from all of these things because of these poisonous death shots. These people need to be held accountable. So what I want you to do, when I'm done with this show, I'm going to put together the thumbnail, and it's going to have the names and the numbers of key people that we need to put pressure on and tell them to open up criminal investigations into the COVID-19 tyrants. Okay? I will provide you their names and their phone numbers and perhaps maybe even their email addresses. But we need to act. We need to act because these people need to be held accountable for what they have done. The federal government won't do it. It's going to be up to the states to do it. And like I said, Forget about Arizona. That one ain't going to work. Forget about Pennsylvania. That's not going to work. So what does that leave us? That leaves us 6 states to go after. South Carolina, Missouri, Texas, Louisiana, and there was a couple others. I can't remember which ones they were, but I'll put them all in here. What was the other one? Texas, Florida, of course, and Oklahoma. Okay? So you have 6 states where Republicans and attorney generals would actually listen to the people and file criminal prosecutions against all these people. But they may not want to do it unless they get pressured to do it. And that is where we come in. Okay? So, wanted to let you all know that this is an excellent development. We've got to hold these people accountable. In the thumbnail, I will put, again, like I said, the names and the numbers of the attorney generals, or you can just go to contactmypolitician.com and you can put in the states that I just mentioned and you can find them yourselves. But I'll go the extra step and I'll make the thumbnail so that you can all get a chance to see it. Take action and call on them, because if we blow up their phones and emails and everything else, these attorney generals are going to turn around and they're going to issue investigations and prosecutions against these people. They cannot get away with this. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Put them down in the comments below. We'll see you in the next one.